LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Throwing Reed. Bringing the heat. He's going to take a shot right away. Makes the catch down the right side. They'll get it to the... There ain't no need to measure it to first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. Got room to work. Maybe some room here. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll move the wide receiver. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
So this opening drive finds a bump in the road here on 3rd and goal. This is a designed run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Aggie!
And you knew his legs were a weapon, and he shows it to you right there, running it into the end zone. And this offense, man, they are a good offense, and they are in a good rhythm early in this football game. We talked about the quarterback. We talked about his speed. He can make these type of plays. And on the first drive, Palmer, the defense didn't have any answers. They better find some.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find them, too, just because of that athleticism and just how he can attack defenses with his arm, with his feet, the different playmakers surrounding him as well. There's a lot to get prepared for in a week when you're playing against this offense, and I just think they saw everything there on that opening drive. They're going to have to do some soul-searching on the sidelines earlier.
Wants to throw. It's Levin. Pocket breaking down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Didn't find much running. There, picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
And that's a really good job by this defense, because remember, when the quarterback runs, now you got an extra blocker, because he's not just handing it off and standing there, and they still did a good job at the point of attack, kind of strung it along and made him run out of bounds.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Back to pass. Stepping to the right. Pulls it in. It's Berry. At the 35, he's open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Tigers peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Berry. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. Now, I know you two never faced off against each other in an actual rivalry game other than the Thanksgiving morning Turkey Bowl. But knowing you two the way I do and the way you know each other, Jesse, what would you have done to try to throw Pollock off a little bit on a stage like this?
In our opening 10-play script, I would have had David Pollock cut blocked, maybe even double-team high-low, chop blocked on every single play early.
Which is illegal, you thought. That's fine. But that's fine. You know what? I guess in retaliation to that, we would have just roughed the passer over and over, taking the 15-yard penalty. That's what's fun about this, Reese. It's petty. It's sometimes it crosses the line of dirty, but that's why rivalries are so fun.
Hauls it in. He's got enough for the first down, and he might get a few bonus yards if they call that a face mask. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. 3 yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
You got to love the physicality up front by the defense there, allowing only a minimal gain. These are big bodies on the D-line. They eat up blocks, allow the linebackers to run free and make stops.
Looking to pass. It's Levitt. They're setting up the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time.
Now on offense, you're trying to get your running back involved here in the passing game, and obviously no success on that play. Defense seemed like they were aware of it, and all of a sudden you set yourself up in a tough position here on third.
The 12th man putting a stamp on this game right now and bringing it on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Going to take a shot at this DB. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down.
Really nice third down sub-defense there at that time. It's third and long. They're expecting pass, and they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback, now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
The field goal is no good, and they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but they left some points off the scoreboard there.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Running inside. It's Hawkins. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's second and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
They get him on the ground, but that'll be enough to give Texas A&M a first down.
Really good-looking run there. This guy reminds me a little bit of an old Texas A&M Aggie great, Leland McElroy. He was so dangerous in space, was so difficult to bring down to the ground. All 11 guys on defense had to rally to the football. This guy has a little bit of that, too. If they can find more creative ways to get this guy out in the open field, watch out, because he's a home run waiting to happen.
That's reeled in. It's Dozier. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. We've reached the break, and Texas A&M leads it. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Reed. Snagged in the middle. It's Bussey. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Trying to run, it's Hawkins. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Bussey. And the Wildcat is not working. They knock him down behind the line.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's third and long. He wants to change this route. From the gun, on third down, it's Marcel Reed. Makes a catch. And it's complete at the 6. Defense right there, but now they're backed up with a goal-to-go situation. With the run on first and goal. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
First down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's second and goal. Tries again to get it in. Just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll bring it out. It's Davis. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat.
They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stopped in the backfield.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. And this is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's second and 11. Looking to throw, it's Levitt. Unleashes it. Makes the grab, it's Berry. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a first and 10. Can't get him to the ground. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Makes the grab on the left. Breaks free, and he might be gone. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Every drive is obviously important, but now that you've dug yourself a hole, this offense, they need to score here. Like, before the half, they need to move this ball down the field. Nice job in the passing game. Got to put a few together. Need to get some points to cut into this lead right before the half.
And the Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Snap it to the back. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Tigers.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the point after is good. Ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The offense changing the play. He'll take it himself. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hit.
Makes the catch, and he's free. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. The Aggies come to the line on the heels of that big pass play. Motion from the wide receiver. Reed. Pressure coming. Blasted as he lets it go.
Yeah, and you don't see that often, right? This guy is elite. He's one of the best in the business. This is what he does for a living, obviously. That's why he gets paid millions of dollars. Yes, NIL is real. So I don't expect many misses from this guy like that.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. The run inside. It's Hawkins. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Now the LSU Tigers will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Back to throw. It's Reed. Here comes the heat. He's sacked. This defense all over it. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. And no shot at a return here as the punt flies out of bounds. a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming, and there it is. And he couldn't save the down or the yardage after the intentional grounding call. It'll be second and long. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Rushes on him. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
The 12th man more than standing at the ready. They are bringing the heat on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. It's caught. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed over the middle, it's Wilson. Gets it to the 37, clock stops to move the chains. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He goes right back to the air. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Got it inside the 10. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal. And it's first down, but they'll try the field goal in the closing seconds of the first half. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. Here's Reed to throw. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Kentucky Wildcats. And it's Ole Miss looking to extend that win streak to 4 in a row. It's one of the better coaching jobs in football right now, and a nice payday could be on the horizon. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now.
We thought we'd see a little Wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. On the direct snap, it's Berry. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Dropping back, it's Levitt. Go to the right side, that's Wilson. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs.
And When you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Picks up the first down. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
And that's a welcome sight for this offense, man. They really struggled to run the football in the first half. And I promise you, at halftime, in the locker room, first drive, guys, we got to come out, own the line of scrimmage, get the run game going, and that's exactly how they start this half.
Still on his feet. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. Shakes off the defender. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more...
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
You know, this offense knew coming into the season it was so important for this guy to stay healthy. They needed him week in, week out because he plays at such a high level, and he's showing it here. That last carry was his 10th rushing touchdown of the season.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Wilcox. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. They'll send the back in motion. On the snap, it's Warren. Powers through the defender. Found a little room out of the Wildcat that time, just short of the first down. Lining up in the Wildcat, let's see what they've got. Direct snap. Fighting off the defender. They get him on the ground, but it'll be enough for the first down, and they might mark that down to use the Wildcat again. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback making adjustments. Throwing, Reed. Quarterback adapting. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
This is going to be tough sledding for this quarterback now. You're trailing, you're in the second half. Defense knows you've got to throw it. You're going to have to sit in the pocket under duress and start making throws in tight windows. It's not an easy situation by any stretch, but big-time players make big plays in big games.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Third and 6 yards to go. Reed. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete. Texas A&M will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The LSU offense comes out to start this drive. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking downfield, it's Levitt. With the catch, it's Hudson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Gonna take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, the huge opportunity. He throws the deep ball down the field right in the breadbasket, and he drops it. There's no coming back from that one. There's nothing nice to say. Just refire, play the next play.
LSU will bring the punt team on the field. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. They'll go with a direct snap. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a dude. Like, he's a guy that they're going to feature, they're going to give the football to. He's so good with the ball in his hand, so why would you not hand it to him as much as possible? They're doing it early, and he's getting some chunk yardage. This defense, they knew about him, but now they're finding out about him.
Under fire. He's knocked down, short gain, maybe a pickup of 3. That defense rallied to the ball in a hurry. And the Aggies are in the hurry-up. Quarterback will keep it. And he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Quarterback making checks. Midway point in the season, in games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscle. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the 4th. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Reed. Here's a heat. They'll mark him out of bounds right at the 45-yard line.
And that's a missed opportunity by the defense, because if this quarterback is going to decide to run the ball, you have got to make him pay. You at least have to hit him and put him on the ground. I know they didn't give up a big, long, explosive run, but you got to get shots on this guy when you can. That time, they let him get out of bounds.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
surge to head for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Nice first down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Here's Reed to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Hawkins. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one looming. From the gun on 3rd down, Reed. Oh, they're after him! And the pass is incomplete here on 3rd down, but there is a flag. Let's check it out. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. If you can't win it all, you might as well try to ruin things for your rival, and that's exactly what we've got working here. Back to pass, it's Reed. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
And you're seeing his dynamic ability to run the football, that time on the option play. I know he doesn't pick up the 1st down, but that's still a good chunk of yardage, and the defense wasn't ready for it. Moving forward, expect the offense to go back to the option play again and see if someone will finally take the quarterback and force him to pitch it.
There's a reason you drag the record books to the recycle bin in a rivalry game. Upsets, and we've got one. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Fielded in the end zone. It's Davis. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Tigers sending out their offense, ready to get this drive started. But they just gave up the lead on that last touchdown drive. Now to put something together to go back on top late. Cross the 30 out to the 33 and gains 4 on the play.
There's just so much for this defense to think about right now. They've had strong side runs thrown at them. Now the counter. They know that this offense can work in the play action off of all these base runs too. So much offensive volume this defense needs to worry about at this point in the game.
Trying to impose their will with the run. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Berry. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
Looking for space. It's Berry. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. LSU moving quickly, going to work again on 1st down. The give to Caden Durham. They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
New running back, same result. Like, it's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish that ground game. It's what they do. It's who they are.
There's some room. Touchdown, LSU! They've got the lead here in the 4th. The Tigers are back on top.
Man, this is wild late in the game. We're seeing two heavyweight fighters trading blows. The offense scores their last time out. This offense now scores a touchdown here late to get the lead, but there's time left on the clock. Can the defense step up here and make a stop to preserve this win?
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running inside, it's Hawkins. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those five guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those five offensive linemen.
The Tigers will call a timeout. That's their first. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. And the Aggies lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Quarterback keeper. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Sometimes as a quarterback, you just need to take the game over yourself. You need points to win, and it's going to come down to you throwing it or maybe running it like you just saw there to get that done.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Might have a chance. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
And maybe the big fella can jumpstart this offense a little bit. They got to get some points, and he's that big physical guy, breaking some tackles, making some plays. Here in the fourth quarter, they're going to need it.
Now they've moved it just inside the 40. First and 10 from the 39. Right back to the well. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Timeout called by LSU. That's their second. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? 8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with second and short. The run inside. It's Owens. Push down for the tackle.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert third and short from the 30? Just outside the red zone as they pick up the first down. They'll spot it at the 22. Now the Tigers will take their final timeout of the half. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. The Aggies kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Now on the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running, second down coming.
And you got to use a timeout right now after that run play. You've got 3 in your back pocket. You can't take them with you. You're losing this game right now. So take all the time you can to make sure that your quarterback and your head coach and play caller are all on the same page.
Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the gun, the running back has it. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Offense uses a timeout. 17 seconds left on the clock. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Timeout is called. Clock stops. 13 seconds to go in the game.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he doesn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. To the ground to try to move the chains. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
Timeout, Texas A&M.
This kicker is going to need nerves of steel on this one. And with 4 seconds left, this one to save the game. And he got it! They tied the game in the final seconds.
And the late game execution worked to perfection. Moving the ball down the field, getting your kicker in a spot. You know exactly where he likes to kick it from. He drives it through. We're tied up, and we're headed to overtime.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. 4 quarters, not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
We'll get it started here in overtime. Nice move to keep running. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. From the red zone, it's Barry. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football. But when you got a back like this, who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the rock.
They want to keep this drive alive. 3rd and short here in overtime. To the air, it's Levitt. Finds his man. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. He did a nice job of it.
A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's got it on the run. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
This offense can get a lot of yards, and it doesn't take a lot of plays. You've seen that here. They have speed, speed, and speed. It kills you. If guys get a little bit of space, they just gobble up yards.
Driving for the goal line, loose football. And the defense jumps on it. They get that turnover. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That's the sophomore safety that the trainers are taking a look at. We'll let you know how he's doing as soon as we find out. On the direct snap, it's Warren. Fights off a defender. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. Now third down, and they just don't want to move backwards to give their kicker a chance to win it in OT. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Keep the foot on the pedal if you're on offense here. You got that yardage. Yeah, you didn't get the first down, but you've set yourself up now to go for it here and keep this drive alive.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Right down the boulevard, it's good. And now they take the lead.
And so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
It's really the most common type of upset we see every year. The home field advantage is so big, and especially when you have a ranked team come to town, they love to play spoiler.
Yes, and what needed to happen happened in this football game. Something good to happen early to get the belief and to get this crowd involved. And when the crowd gets involved, Jesse, it changes the game, and I think it had a lot to do with the outcome today.
I agree. I'll tell you, regardless whether this team is ranked or unranked, when their home crowd is like they were today, they're tough to beat, period. And you know this crowd and these fans, they're going to be celebrating this win for days and days to come.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe.